Hey guys, welcome back to the DroneOn Show. I'm Mike.
I'm Kevin.
And we're also joined by my wife, Karen, on this episode. We're going to get into being married and starting a drone business and how dedicated you have to be and just working things out. Kind of gets maybe down in the weeds about marriage counseling, but we definitely get into drones.
Yeah, and we talk about drones. We talk about the T100, the new release announcements, our hands-on experience with it.
Yep, some of the efficiencies of what this T100 is going to do. And
we also talk about our experience spraying in Kentucky, airplane pilots, crop dusters.
Yeah, crop dusters. We talk about, like, if you are an already established aerial application business, about adopting this technology into your business. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Let's get into it. I feel like so much has happened between the last time you and I were talking on the podcast, because we literally just came back from China.
How
long ago was that?
I feel like it was 4 weeks.
Dude, I feel like it was longer
than
that.
It was May. Yeah.
That's
6
when we
weeks, maybe
got back.
Yeah, we got back from our trip.
It almost be 8 weeks because now it's the last of July.
Yeah, it's almost 2
That's
months.
crazy. It's just we're so busy all the time running that we don't realize how fast time goes.
In the last 2 weeks, it's like a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Anyhow, what do you got to talk about, Kevin? Today is July 16th.
July 16th. What was yesterday?
Happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you.
Today's a big week. Couple things, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's your birthday week.
Yep.
Also, the T100 was officially announced.
Let's just quickly address DJI's email to us is basically telling us they're having a hard time getting things here, so they don't give us a definite
Yeah,
date.
and whenever DJI gives a date, you always figure on between 1 to 6 months after the date that they give you. Is how that typically works.
That's so true.
But the cool thing about the T100 is that's been released in other countries, and in the next couple of weeks, it's been released in China. In the next couple of weeks, the 1st of August, it's hitting in other countries.
Yeah,
South America,
Southeast Asia first, right?
And South America.
Okay, yeah. And our guest, my wife, Karen Yoder.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
It was first time, Karen?
First time.
First time on a podcast ever?
First time on a podcast ever.
It's kind of weird that we would refer to you as a guest. Like,
yeah.
Well,
no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she be?
A guest on the show for sure,
show.
but just like she's been such a integral part of the business developing and growing that it's
We don't talk about it a lot about everybody's roles and positions in the company, but Karen has been helping me from day one. Literally, when I started Drone Deer Recovery, it was me and Karen. I would have everything in Google Notes. So I would go do anywhere from 5 to 7 calls, even more than that, in a night. And a night would start between 5 p.m. and go till the next day at 12. And I would have all these notes in Google Notes. And then she would go through there and keep track of who paid, who didn't pay, who needs to be sent a bill or an invoice and receive the checks. It was all done through Google Notes, and Karen was taking care of it. You've done so much for Drone Deer Recovery. And then before that, guys, she also helped me with the Anywhere Tree Care business that I had. You would have went to school for accounting, but then dropped out at Kent State, right?
Yeah, so I left high school and already did basically pre-credits for accounting courses. And then I got a foundation scholarship to go to Kent State and had to do 6 months. So I did finish that. But I got offered a job that basically gave me what I would want after I graduated from college without a degree, basically. So
yeah, so you started working right out of college. You were doing taxes for
I did taxes for a firm for 3 seasons. So that was a seasonal position. Was hired in, would work from January to like the end of May into June, and then I got offered a job at a bowstring company to go into finance. So it started kind of lower, and then basically I ran all of the bookkeeping, HR, finance, all of that for that company.
I bring this up because I definitely feel like everybody has a part in our team. Kevin, Jason, myself, Karen. It took all of us. It takes a team to make something grow, and for sure grow this fast. Yeah. And so I just really appreciate everything that you've done for us, the company.
It's been cool from the outside to see, like, you have a certain amount of crazy work ethic and crazy energy. And I think it takes a special kind of person to kind of roll with that. And I've seen how you and Karen work together. And It's like you're like what you were saying with the last year season is a great example of you're just grinding all night.
Yeah.
And you don't have time for like the billing and the details. It's just like you have another guy waiting. And so Karen comes in clutch with kind of picking up the loose ends and stuff and making sure it all works.
You bring that up. It's not just on the accounting side of it, but having a partner that supports you in a business that is, it's not a set schedule. Like, you know, we're getting better now that the company is growing. We're trying to have set schedules. But when it started with Drone Deer Recovery, she wouldn't know when I'm going to leave, and she also didn't know when I was coming home. I tried doing my best as I could, you know, sending her texts. But just having a partner that supports you in whatever business that people choose to do, I think it has to be the most important thing to keep a relationship together, because I was watching other, you know, successful entrepreneurs and their wives work in their company as well. And just to see their relationship, I was like, doggone, like I feel to me and her, I think she can speak for herself, but it's probably the most important thing is to just be supportive. I know it can be hard. It can be so hard. There's been countless times that she would be crying because I have to leave, or this is hard and how long is it going to go on? But we hope that we can get it established to where we don't have to work those long hours.
Yeah. In the beginning, it's like a business. Like, I don't know that we would have survived or at least, you know, made it to this level without some of those sacrifices.
Oh, yeah. Well, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have.
No, I don't think so either.
If people wouldn't be supportive, how would you keep moving the company forward? Yeah.
Because there's no drive. Like, I mean, you turn around and the person that's supposed to support you is against you. Like,
I would say, Karen, if you have if you were talking to, let's say there's a spouse listening, like what are some of the things that you would want to encourage them with to, you know, go through a time like this where their husband is approaching them with, he wants to start this new business where it, you know, might be thermal drones, it might be spray drones, it might be a pressure washing business, whatever it might be, to maybe help them understand some of the things that they might go through, and to be their supporter. I keep bringing that up, that's the most important thing.
I would say, well, one thing that really helped us is we did a lot of business before, and we did that without having kids. And so it kind of molded us to be resilient in the business world in that aspect. But like for somebody coming into leaving your job basically and going into a business, like just, you have to believe 100% in what you're doing, because if there's doubt, I feel like it just like can just, I don't know, cloud your judgment, cloud what you look at your partner, like all the things. But my biggest piece of advice is it's the long haul. It's not the like short, like in the moment, it's hard. Yes. But also having a support system. Like I have family and friends that I bounce off of, and just being able to have people that have walked this journey before and shared that. And so like them speaking into our lives and having that, you know, it's going to change. It's going to be better.
I'm going to talk into that. It's, I think what you're referring to is being around like-minded individuals. So when you hang around with your friends and they're asking you, let's just say Karen is with her friends and she's like, man, Mike's gone a lot. Like, how's that affect you? Like, do you like that? You know, those types of negative things can start breaking down a person. Rather choose to be around people that are like, man, it's amazing that you can support Mike in these things when he's gone a lot. I can imagine that it's hard, but you know, if there's anything we could do to help you make things easier, maybe come over and help with children, whatever it might be, those are the people that you're going to want to hang around with.
It definitely makes a difference, because like just in our journey, like our friend group, I would say, has changed.
Down goes Fraser.
Took it all with him.
Definitely, we'll make the blooper reel. Oh, it's wrapped around there.
Nice. We got to keep that in the show, just because this is the way it goes.
In my nose when we were doing.
Oh no, that's bad. That's bad.
So it's what's interesting, Karen. That's good. What's interesting is that in both of the kind of the drone industries that we're in, with thermal, deer, and agriculture, there's like these really intense seasons.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you could speak into just the seasonality where, like, I'm thinking of somebody, buying a spray rig and starting their first season. It's almost like 30 to 60 to 90 days of just
hammering.
Yeah. And almost everything, like hobbies, family to some extent, just stuff gets put on hold.
Yeah.
How, in your experience, like, what would you say? How does a couple weather those seasons to where it makes them stronger and it doesn't kind of break them?
Yeah. One thing that Mike and I really have gotten more intentional about is time spent intentionally, like with each other. If it's just us going on a walk, taking a trip, like we're huge travelers. We love to go see new places and spend time together doing that. In those moments, you have conversations about what's coming or maybe what you went through. So that is a huge thing for us. I feel like that's super important to go spend time. And we have 2 kids. So we have a 5-year-old and we have a 1-year-old. And we love spending time with them, but there is something that is just so pivotal to spend time like just with
together.
Each other.
Yeah. Yep.
So that and just talking about it, like
conversation. I assume I had to walk away. I literally had chalk in my nose when we were over here doing a few
we
pull-ups.
probably just needed to explain what happened to those that are listening.
Yeah, because you might want to explain why there's chalk in your nose.
Maybe want to go to YouTube and watch it because Mike was tripping over cords and everything.
Knocking the microphone.
Yeah. There goes the microphone.
Anyhow, we were getting ready to start the podcast, and I got a new pull-up bar over here, and we all got on it, right?
Did a couple of those.
Kevin and Austin did a hang, and I did my first pull-up this morning. I was pretty proud of myself.
Nice.
But
something that like I know we've talked about before, and that actually is really helpful for my wife as well, is having a set trip or vacation or something, even if it's a weekend or a night away or something, like at the end of a busy season
to look forward to.
Yep.
That was a big thing. Yeah.
It is crazy how, like, the last time I was gone, the last 2 weeks, we had a child that was teething and another one that was sick.
Yeah, Liz told me, I was
just,
like,
oh
my God.
What would not be that bad is just so brutal when you're single parenting and you have a couple sick kids.
Yeah, so. I could not imagine being a long-term single parent. That would be
really hard.
Yeah, really, really hard.
Yeah.
Karen had brought up about communication.
Yeah.
That's like number one.
Yeah.
If you're not going to communicate with how you're feeling with your partner,
and I'll just I feel like I should speak into this because I did not communicate well. Like when we got married.
So, let's just be upfront. We haven't done it perfectly. We're learning how to.
No, we're not
do we need
perfect.
to hear some stories? This would be interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I remember one pivotal moment that changed my just view of how you communicate. When I get upset, I'll just I don't want to talk about it. I'll just be quiet. And then I did this silent treatment where I just would not say anything. Well, Mike is no, we're going to talk about it now. We're going to talk about it now. We're going to work through it now. We're going to do the things.
And we're going to talk about it very clearly and very bluntly and openly. Not beating around the bush.
No, there is no yada yada.
I mean, do you?
Soft.
Well, it's actually, for me, it's been good for me to be around you because I grew up in a warm culture where you commute, if you just say what you think, you're going to offend someone. So you have to kind of work. You gotta say what you mean without saying it.
Okay.
And that is totally not
him.
how you roll.
No. And it's good.
It's good. I think it's good.
I feel like it's really good. Yeah. I mean, for me, I remember just meeting you. It was very different because I didn't have a specific person in my life that was very much like that, and so it was very different. And I grew up we talked about our feelings and we talked about if something was hard, but I feel like I got away with too much of me not talking about how I felt, and so then we got married. And I remember we were driving. And I don't remember the conversation. I just remember I got upset and I just stopped talking. And Mike's like, you cannot do that. You cannot just stop talking. And he, at one point, did it back to me, and just stopped talking right when I wanted to talk about something. And I just remember oh my gosh, this is how he felt when I did that to him. And it was just right there, I was I'm done. I will not do that to you again. And it's not... In the long run, this is your person. This is the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And if you can't talk to each other about everything, at some point you're going to hit a bump.
I think that relationship should be looked at as always being worked on.
Yeah.
If you're not working to make it better, then you're being stagnant. And if you're stagnant, you're actually going backwards. That's marriage counseling 101 on the DroneOn Show.
Yeah, this is going into marriage show here. But no, it's good
No,
because a
it's
lot
good.
of people have these situations, like when we're talking about starting a drone business, like particularly in the ag space, like
Yeah.
you have to be together with your partner on what this is going to look like and setting those real expectations, because I know it was still hard for my wife for me to be gone through some of the busy seasons this year, but I think it was less hard than last year because I said already in January, February, I said July is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And so just setting those expectations. And so I think people that are going into this with what is it going to be like to start up a business, what it's going to do to your relationship and your marriage is something that you have to factor in as well.
And you have to like think about, so a lot of people's kids are in public school systems, so that's summer. And a lot of spray season is over summer break. So like be real about that, talk about that. Like we decided we're going to homeschool from the get-go, and I'm really glad that we did, because I feel like in the long run, it just makes sense for our lifestyle and what we do. But you have to talk about it. It's going to be hard. Like I will not ever tell a person that is married to somebody who wants to go into ag, especially in like spray season. You feel like a storm chaser, honestly. It is a quick, really fast paced, go. There is not a lot of time. I mean, there's days that like when he's gone.
You're referring to the fungicide season. Specifically. Coming into spring, it's not that.
No, it's you have jobs and you know that those are coming, and you go and you finish them, and then you come home that night. But like fungicide season and fungicide season, I never say that right.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's a go moment. So you have to just like know it's going to be hard, and like there are days that I don't even talk to him. So like,
yeah, that is
and it's
that
okay,
is wild.
But it's
When we were in Kentucky,
But we know
we did
that.
24-hour shifts.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I want to talk, but I don't have time.
Yeah.
It's hammering it hard.
Well, the other thing with fungicide, that if you're like like my wife is much more planned than I am, like organized, she has her life together. I'm just kind of like, take life as it comes.
Yep.
Then you can't plan fungicide season.
No.
Yeah.
Like there's these seasons
it's
where
like they
you just
ask
roll
you what
with it.
day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's brutal because and then I'm on the phone, and it's like we have a short season. We got to make money, right? We're out here to grind.
Yep.
And then acres roll in, and then I've learned that it is brutal to set the expectation that you're coming back on a Wednesday, and then to later say it's not Friday.
Yeah.
Better just say it'll probably be like Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
Just
then,
to give yourself a cushion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And then also like there's things I think. Like thinking of just the last 2 weeks that we went through, you came back, we stopped the operation partially for your son's birthday.
Yep.
And it seems so appropriate that even in the middle of inconvenient timing, like who would have a baby in July?
Yeah, well, that was not
like
that was not on our plan. I mean, we thought we were gonna have a baby before then. That didn't work.
Oh my god.
But it seems like there are those things that you need to prioritize some things above the fungicide season,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it's working out the tension, with you and your partner with like, how do we make this work? How do we, give and take together?
Yep.
It's really good.
And that's like a really good example. Like our son was born in July, and we found that out, and we were just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be an absolute nightmare. And it wasn't. Honestly, the Lord is good. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows all the things. But like we talked about having his birthday party on his birthday, because if we don't do that from the get-go, we'll always just wait till the season's done, and that's not fair.
Yeah,
That's
like
not fair.
every year he'll have a birthday in July.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just communicating, being open about how you feel. And
Do some entrepreneurs, like married entrepreneurs, start a business without their partner being involved? Do you think?
Oh yeah. Haven't you heard Russ's story?
yeah,
I
Like
what's
he said he's not done much business with his wife, but that they talked about it prior to like doing it.
Yeah.
She was still, she supported him, I think, in what he did, but she wasn't wanting to be
So,
involved.
and maybe not every business, but it seems like a lot of businesses, especially like the drone business that we help people start, like you start with one employee yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And in the beginning, you're just, how do I make money, pay off, just see how it works. You don't have money to go hire somebody in the beginning. A lot of guys don't. So to have a partner that can help you know, like it's very difficult to find somebody that's good about everything.
Yeah.
And to have somebody that can help you for free, right? Like just to get it off the ground
Yeah.
and get you some space.
To take
That
off
is
some
huge.
of the workload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just keep it organized. I think that was the biggest thing. In the beginning, it was just like, well, I knew how to do bookkeeping and spreadsheets, and it's not hard to learn. Like, I feel like that is something that's so huge and so important. If you can do it together, it also taught me a lot about what he was doing. Like, taught me a lot about the industry, taught me a lot about like just where, like what customers are looking for and stuff like that. And then you know what they're doing. I don't know. For me, I just could never see myself not. But I also understand there are some spouses that that's not their thing, and that's okay. And like, but you have to just, be open about.
Austin, you had brought up about your family. You had prepped them for the season. For you guys that are listening or watching, literally last Friday, we wrapped up, we picked up about 9,000 acres in total in Kentucky that we went down there and hammered out in two weeks. Not with one trailer. We had 3 trailers there, but we knocked it out in 8 working days is what we were there. But you told your family that you just don't know where you're going. Nor that we thought maybe we're going, Indiana, maybe Western Ohio, trying to sell acres. What did your family say when you told her that, July is going to be who knows what?
I mean, my wife knows very well now that like to expect the unexpected, and it's part of like she already knew like 8 years ago when she got married to me that it was like, okay, hey, let's go to Thailand. Let's move here. Let's do that. There's part of signing up for the whole deal. But like, yeah, I mean, it really goes back to that communication. Like, even if you don't know what's going to happen, communicate that.
Yeah.
Set the expectations that you don't know. Don't ever pretend that you know what's going on and what's happening, because then when things change or deviate from that, then there can be a lot of hurt from that, a lot of issues that can arise from that. So I think just kind of keeping it open to where, it was hard when I was gone. Particularly, I had done a trip to Idaho right before that. Bad timing. So it was like back to back. That
was that bad timing?
I gave Kevin so much crap. I don't know. You probably haven't seen any of the footage, but I'm just like, doggone it. Whoever's idea that was, yours or his, not a good idea. We had talked about
Not
all
the
the
best
stuff
timing.
that's going
Yep.
to happen in July.
And originally, it was planned for July.
I mean,
right?
it was originally planned for middle July, which right
Could
now would have
have-
actually been better.
Well, could have worked,
been.
but then
Yeah.
we'd probably be busy.
I don't know. It's just one of those things you have to kind of roll with the punches. And that trip ended up being, a fantastic trip. We're going to actually be releasing a podcast about that this week. Actually, it will already have been out by the time this one's out. Just talking
Idaho
about
Search and Rescue.
Idaho Search and Rescue, and just the cool things that are happening with that organization that has gone out and done a lot of search and rescue from kind of just a different perspective, with a Christian background, the way that they're able to help people. It's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I would love to hear a little bit from you guys, like Mike and Karen, just as this business is getting more established. Besides the goal of having a business that, is financially stable and it's giving you an income, like what other hopes and dreams do you guys have as a couple as an outcome of having like an established business?
Like the ultimate.
Yeah, just kind of the ultimate.
Yeah.
Like, what are your
Great
dreams?
question.
What are your dreams?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that because not many people ask that. So my actual dream is to have something that supports us financially, so I can fly either mission flights, like pastures, foster parents,
Connecting flights,
connecting people. So that's what I want to do. I want to be able to, if somebody needs to get from point A to point B, instead of taking 2 days to get there, I would love to have the funds and the aircraft to go get them, take them there free of charge. That's what I'd like to do. I don't know, is it in the United States? Is it elsewhere? But ultimately, I think that's what I want to do. And I've felt that for probably 7 years now, that I would do that. I didn't didn't think that this company would start. In the meantime, I was actually getting ready to step away from Anywhere Tree Care and pursue that. She was freaking out because she's like, well, what money will we have? I was like, I don't know. We'll just figure it out. And we were just going to go with it. But now I see this company, what it's doing. Maybe this is part of the plan. That's what I'm thinking of, or a dream that I have. I don't know, will it actually come to pass? That's one of them. There's a few other things that I don't know. Do you have one to add?
Well, I guess one thing that like we talked about in the next like couple of years is we want to own a farm. Like I don't know. It's just always,
A little farm.
Yeah, not
like
like thousands of acres or anything like that. But it's always been something that we really, I don't know. It just draws us for some reason.
Grow our own food.
Grow our
Karen
own
is
food.
a boss in the garden.
I
don't
love
really like
to
it.
garden.
But I like eating it, but
Yeah.
not taking care of it.
Yeah,
At
I
least-
love to garden.
At least you can find somebody to spray your own stuff.
No, I don't let him do that. That is one thing that was very hard. Was like, you're spraying what on what?
I know. We should talk about this.
Yeah. So we have a really cool dynamic. For me, I do not touch plants with anything. Like if I put something on it is diatomaceous earth or it is some kind of very, very
Organic
natural,
matter.
organic. My kids can touch it and it will be fine. Like that is where I've always been from the get-go. And I don't know. When he first told me like what they're doing in ag, I was just like, Mike, this is awful. This is like so awful. And then I started like actually talking to farmers, like researching it, understanding what it is and like how different farmers are doing it differently. Like you do fungicide, but we have this like really bad rap of putting it all into one box and it's all awful. And it's not. And I've grown to understand that. And I really encourage people to like, don't just hate on it, because if you don't know a lot about it, I feel like you should research it and understand the industry.
I'm going to tell you, so there's multiple farmers that we were spraying for in Kentucky that I asked them about insecticide, because the years past we were spraying a lot of insecticide, and that's going to kill any type of insect that is sitting on their plant. But this farmer said, I am staying away from all insecticide. What I want to try to do is I want to make my plants so strong, so healthy, that if a insect gets on it, it will not destroy the plant. So yes, I think there's a lot of chemical being used in America, but there's also farmers like thinking about just making their plants healthier so they don't need to use those types of chemicals. And when he told me that, I was like, doggone, this is kind of cool, because the first year I was doing, drone spraying, a lot of it had insecticide in it, and we had to be super careful. I actually got sick because of it. This year, there's literally like 100 acres that I know that we sprayed insecticide on out of 9,000 some acres. So it's really actually getting good. The one farm, Ruby Branch?
Ruby Branch.
Check them out on YouTube. They do content as well. They were spraying mostly organic micronutrition on their corn. That's what they were having.
And so I feel like that's a whole conversation, but it has taught me to grow. I love to garden, like to learn about soil health, and then, like the plants and the plant health, and just growing food, honestly, is so much fun. We live on a sloped land where we live, and so it kind of folds back from what all you can do, because it takes a lot of money to terrace gardens and stuff like that. So we've always had this thing where I want like slightly rolling flat land, and I just want to like be able to grow as much stuff as humanly possible, just to experience it, just to see what it's like, and then there's a bunch of other little things that come off of that I would love to do. But one thing that I think in my heart is I want to teach people how to grow food and do it well and not be scared of it. I feel like there's such a heavy on gardening that it's so much work and it's so much of this and all this other stuff that people are just terrified to start. And what I've noticed is just sharing what I do and like saving seeds and just doing it little step by step has encouraged people to start their own gardens, even if it's like container gardening, like wherever the space is. And my heart is just really for that, to teach people how to grow food and to learn about the soil, like soil health.
Is that something you talk about on your channel?
Yeah, Mike has encouraged me to do a YouTube channel. And then I had friends too that were just like, can you just please share what you do when you garden?
You should plug it. Yeah. What's the channel called and what do people see on it?
It's the Yoder Homestead, and it's kind of a mix. Like, I just talk about basically where I started. I had 4x6 raised beds that we made from leftover wood that was from a hardwoods mill. It was free. We built them. Mike and I built them on our first property, and it was on a slope, so we had to figure that out. Did not know anything about soil and tried to grow food, and like some of it did well. And then as it started, I grow from seed. I grow starts, teaching people how to do that you can do it. You don't have to have grow lights and all this other stuff that like people put around it. So I just try to like show people you can do it, and you can do it very inexpensively. And as you grow and as you learn more and more, you actually don't need that much to grow a lot of food if you take care of the soil, basically. So I just try to teach people about that, and it's something.
She's trying to be more consistent now.
I'm trying to, yeah.
It's hard.
Him.
YouTube
it's
is
really
hard.
It's really
Anybody
hard.
that looks at the channels that we've built, including this podcast channel, it is hard just to stay dedicated to shoot the content, to get it edited and to put it out. And then also it takes money. If you're not doing it yourself and you're, trying to have an editor do it, it takes money. And the payout, it really doesn't pay out anymore. Like back in the day,
you have to be over, I feel like you have to have a pretty big following to
you need to be polling anywhere from 100 to 250,000 views to actually make it worth it. But you can still share, the Yoder Homestead stuff, and people appreciate it. Your channel isn't that big, but the 300 people that watch it, think about it, that's 300 people that watch a video. Like sometimes we look at it like, oh, I only got 3,000 views. 3,000. Like that's crazy. If you're doing 300, it's still 300 people that watch something about gardening.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do content, you gotta be consistent. Don't expect big returns on your content. Maybe it'll blow up, but chances are it's going to take some work.
I feel like the biggest thing is you just have to find something that you're passionate about, because when you just get, if you think about just money and you're doing content for money, it's just, you won't stick it out, because if you're not passionate about what you're sharing, for me, it's just like, hopefully someday it actually, pays something and I can buy seeds for free. That would be great. But if not, it's fine. I'm still teaching people how to do skills that I feel like have been lost through generations. So
I'm sorry, this doggone chalk is stuck in my nose. I'm not kidding.
You got too excited about pull-ups.
Yeah, Kevin, how would you answer that question? Like, what if having an established business? What kind of dreams and goals would come out of that for you?
It changes probably every 6 months.
Oh yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, did it change just recently?
It gets foggy and then it gets clear and then it gets foggy.
Okay.
So like I'm kind of like you've had something over 7 years.
Yeah.
That hasn't really changed. It's always been in the back of your mind.
Yeah, it's just kind of there.
It's been there.
I would love to live in a different country. I'd love to do business in a foreign country. And since I speak Spanish, I'd love to live.
Oh, can I help you? That'd be fun.
I
know nothing about
should,
Spanish, but like
teach us
just
Spanish.
going there, that would be cool.
We had fun in China. Like I don't know if we talked about this, but I was impressed. You ate,
pig
foot. You ate, you just ate everything.
He has come a
tried.
long way. When I met him, he ate chicken. Did not eat
chicken
steak.
and burger.
See,
Like,
I'm
all
down
things.
to travel with someone like that just put it in front of me. I'll at least taste it.
Yeah.
There's people that if it doesn't have ketchup and it doesn't look like an
Yeah.
American restaurant, I'm not eating it.
Yeah, but like, then are you even living?
Are you even living? You're not living. Yeah. So no, for me, it's like live in a foreign country. And honestly, this whole roller coaster of this whole drone thing, it kind of came out of left field and slapped me up the face, and I'm loving it. But I like building things, and like I like being a part of things that are being built. And so
could you see yourself like if this company, continues getting itself established, you would see yourself moving to another country and establishing another business, or is it more of an outreach thing?
No, I'd like to do business.
Okay.
Yeah, like business is the best channel to change people's lives, period. And
Yep.
the biggest impact you can have is like on your employees.
Yo,
And when I used to live in Central America, like through people that I hired, their kids didn't go to the gang infested public school. They went to private school.
wow.
They bought their first family vehicle
Wow.
through a job that I gave them for a profitable business, not charity.
That
That
cool.
gets me fired
Yeah,
up.
that is cool.
And it's like, if there's hardworking, good people that need opportunity. And we have opportunity in America in droves, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yo,
Like, we don't, if you've only ever lived in America, you don't understand what opportunity you have versus.
yeah. Yeah,
you know.
you're saying this and only have lived here for 5 years?
I think I've lived here for 8 years, maybe.
8 years. That's
I know,
crazy.
it feels
Every time I
crazy.
think
just feel
about that,
you
it's
guys have
like,
lived here forever.
yeah. And you started. How many businesses would you have started that didn't work out? Like, because some people look at us, me and Karen, like, oh, you just made it. It was a banger to start with. No. If you guys would know how many businesses that I've tried, it would be laughable.
It is.
It would
It's actually
absolutely
funny.
be laughable because I was trying everything. Dude, I tried pressure washing. I tried a towing service. Me driving a tow truck. I tried that. That didn't work. I tried being a marketing like guru person. That didn't work. Like there's so many things that I tried that clearly didn't work, but it gave me experience. Gave me experience for the next business that I went in. But sorry, I kind of hopped in.
I've probably tried, like the first business I started, I was actually able to sell somewhat,
Oh, so it was successful right off
Was
the rip.
successful.
Wow, good for
Yeah.
you. You must have done better planning than I did.
The second and third one, like video production, definitely did not work. So I've definitely had a couple failed businesses or like learning experiences.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% with you that there's so many good takeaways that you can take from those
Yeah.
experiences that make the next thing that you do better.
Yep.
But you just got to keep trying. You just
Yep.
got to keep trying.
Yep, I agree with that. Something else from Karen? I'm going to start talking about the T100.
Yeah. No, I guess like my biggest encouragement if you're going to go into a business like this is communication, like we said.
Communication, yep.
And just talking it out and being on the same page, supporting each other because it's a team. It's a team
Yep,
effort. So.
yep.
And
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, too, that, like, this is so important. Like, I think this is stuff that we need to talk in our next vision breakfast to the rest of the team. Like, we need to keep talking about what's the overall big picture, because anybody that's going into business or part of business, or whether you're an employee or whatever, it's like, it's so important. We talk about this a lot, that it's more than just the going after money.
Yeah.
Like, that's eventually not going to be enough to motivate you.
Yeah.
Eventually you're going to hit a wall. And so, like, even if you're looking at starting a drone business or a thermal drone business or, ag, whatever you're doing, like, it's so important to, like, actually see what's the big picture. Like, what do I want to accomplish? Or what are the big dreams and visions that could happen if I would step into this business? Like, those are the things that are going to, like, end up motivating you.
Yeah.
So I love hearing from you guys and what you shared. That's awesome.
I'm sorry, my nose is still itchy. So
We
random.
won't do pull-ups before a podcast again.
No, we won't do that again.
T100.
T100, doggone, is that thing a machine? I've released the video of me in China at this point, getting my hands on it. I just think that if we are not constricted to get supply in, it's going to change how spraying is done. We say that all the time. I know. But this drone is so big. It is so fast. It is so intelligent that it literally will be to the point where it's going to cover so many acres that it's going to blow people's minds. Flying that fast and carrying that much fluid,
Yep.
the efficiencies.
And already this season with the T60, like
Clearly
Was
shows.
way
Clearly
further.
shows.
Like, I mean, we can tell them how many acres we covered.
yeah.
You guys will be able to watch a video at some point. But literally, in a 24-hour shift in real life spraying, this is not setting up in one field and spraying the same field over and over. We moved, we mixed chemical, we talked to farmers, we built boundaries, we did the whole thing. In a 24-hour shift with 2 drones on one NuWay Ag trailer, we covered right at 1,500 acres. That's insane.
That is insane.
I mean,
That's
that's crazy.
Yeah.
An airplane on a really good day, right? It depends on his running. Will do 2,000 to 2,500 acres. That costs $2 million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
And the cost breakdown is just like I don't.
Oh,
I
yeah, you did the
we're-
cost
yeah,
breakdown.
So we're working on finishing the cost breakdown. But like your expenses on even paying pilots, like it is wild how much you have left over in revenue, like in profit, like in real profit. And that is just what is so impressive. And like for somebody wanting to go into it, I'm just like, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Like there's just
Jason
not.
was talking to that company. I don't know that they want us to say where they're from, but they're huge cotton growers. And they're using 50s. And Jason asked them if they regret getting into it. And they said, not at all. As soon as the 100 gets here, we want like 30 of them. That's what they said. But they
Wow.
see,
Yeah.
right? They see what they can do with the
Yeah.
50s, and they know what the 100 can do. They look at the numbers, at the efficiency, and know that they're going to cover.
And right with cotton, they're doing it multiple times a year.
Oh yeah,
Many
yeah.
times a year.
They're
You have to
I
spray
think
it so
cotton
much.
at one point in its stage is getting sprayed every 6 or 7 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and with the T100, I don't know that we tested this in the field in China, but with the T100, when it senses an obstacle, it actually updates the field.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I
yesterday?
saw that. Holy cow. Right? That's so good.
That's insane.
So what that means is you're flying the same field, like it is more and more autonomous.
Oh yeah, and it's getting smarter and smarter. Like, did you see that 80% improvement on detecting power lines? 80% improvement.
Yeah.
Oh,
They-
I could use that.
Yeah.
You got to watch the videos, guys.
Yeah.
You can see where Austin would have enjoyed having 80%.
Oh, that was
Little
a
bit
great
on-
one.
yeah.
That was an early 2:30 a.m. morning call. But you know what? Once you do it,
Yeah.
you learn how to get these drones back on.
Hey, you fixed
back.
it and
Well,
you were ready to go.
But yeah, I was going to tell him, we literally at 3:00 in the morning, I got the drone out for him using another drone, super easy, right to the trailer, had it back at the shop, got all the parts that we needed, and that night it was flying again. Not that difficult.
Yeah.
Less than $1,000 repair.
That's insane.
That is insane.
That is what's crazy. Imagine like hitting a power line with an airplane. I don't think it's going to be $1,000.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
So T100, so much to like. We keep harping on this. We say the same thing over and over again. You and I saw some airplane pilots down in Kentucky,
Yep.
and I wish, like, okay, you know the sunk cost fallacy. It's like
Yeah.
you've invested so much in something.
Oh, okay.
It-
Yeah.
It's hard to like make a decision going forward because you're thinking of all the investment you've made.
Yep.
And I feel like that's a big part where, like you, I think you said it so well. We have nothing against airplane pilots. Like we want them to win. They're so skilled. They're so good at what they do.
Yep.
It's so difficult and
Yep.
challenging.
Yep.
But
I just feel, Kevin, they need to start adopting the
Yeah,
the
they need
technology.
to. Yep.
Yeah.
And I-
keep flying your airplane, but start adopting it. Don't be like, oh, I'm doing all the acres next year with my drone. No, just start bringing it in, right? Anyhow, go.
what other option is there other than that? What else is there?
There is none.
Like in 5 years, in 3 years, it's like unless there's something super specialty where, but I don't see it.
No, don't see it.
Yeah, this is just in line with like going from flip phone to smartphone. Like
Little bit,
everybody had
yeah.
a flip phone, and it was like only the smart, really geeky people had the smartphones. And then all of a sudden, everybody had them.
So,
it's just
Karen,
Oh, that's a good point.
maybe you can speak to this, Karen, but like for a crop dusting pilot to go to a Part 137, is it just as rigorous as it is?
Oh no,
No.
they already have everything.
They have everything.
So
All they would need is a registered drone.
So really? So
they need that
the
44807.
44807, and that's the thing that takes upwards
So
of
like
100
if
days,
you're a
right?
pilot, like I guess when you look at it, if you would apply for your 44807 and you're already set, you're spraying acres with your plane, but you apply for it, by the next season you'll have that. And
Yeah.
if you buy one drone, you have a registered aircraft. So like you already have everything to list on your 137, and they already have the 137 certificate. So the only thing would be to apply for the
The
exemption.
biggest
and
thing that we
Yeah.
talk about airplanes and drones is people want to compare one drone trailer or one drone to
Yeah,
one
you
airplane.
can't.
You cannot
Well,
do that.
but Mike, with the T100s,
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think you can start comparing now. Now we're in the realm of
Closer.
comparing.
I don't know.
Like, doesn't
But
mean
if you
that
look
trailer's
at
going to
it-
win.
Let's not say that for sure because we haven't done it, but
yeah.
maybe.
I'm just saying, Mike, here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at 1,500 acres with a ground rig. Like something that we heard again and again is farmers being thankful that we're spraying at night
Yep.
because 60% of the chemical, the fungicide that they're applying, actually is more effective at night than during the day.
Yep.
Can't do it with an airplane.
True.
Farmer needs it done in an airplane.
Not where we were. We got to be a little more clear, because then there's going to be an airplane guy. Oh, I spray all the time at night in Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, where there's nothing,
Yeah.
but not where we were.
Yeah.
So in Kansas, an airplane will probably outspray a drone rig with 2 T100s.
Yeah.
Because it's just flat. They'll
Yeah.
probably outspray
and
it.
there's
Yeah.
nothing in the way.
But they won't do as good a job, right? I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if you want to go right up to the power line
Yep.
and you don't want to put fungicide into the trees, $30 an acre fungicide into
Yep.
the tree line, right?
Yep.
Let's
Yep.
keep it in the field.
Yep.
Maybe T100s. It starts to be where you compare it.
No, I'm with you, Kevin. I'm telling you, it's
But my
gonna,
biggest thing is like if you do the buy-in at an airplane
Yeah.
and then you take that same amount and you invest it in drone spray trailers.
What you got to do is you got to sell your
It's
airplane.
just insane.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there you go.
No, you
And
really,
invest-
you got to
yeah.
sell your airplane.
or keep
Like,
the airplane to travel from one state to the other
Yeah, there
to
you go.
get new clients.
I just wish there was, because right now I feel like, right? Tell me if I'm wrong about this, but isn't it true that the Crop Dusting Association is one of the key reasons that a level 3 medical
Yes.
Yeah.
is required
Yes.
for drone pilots? And there's like this animosity.
Yep.
And I get that from industry to industry, there's a little bit of like, they don't like each other. But from drone pilot to airplane pilot, why should there be animosity? Why could not a airplane pilot pick up this new skill
Well,
and
it's
make
because
more?
they were around for a long, long time, and they just want to slow the curve.
This is like when Uber came into New York City and all the yellow taxi cabs. Horrible experience. You're out there like out in
Yeah.
the rain, like waving somebody down. And Uber just came, and the taxi association fought like heck to keep Uber out. And Uber just illegally went in without the proper. They just started operating, and people want Uber. Now Uber dominates. Taxis are a fraction of what Uber is in New York City because it's a better
valid
system.
Point. That's a valid point.
And the same thing is happening.
Yeah.
So jump aboard. And
Yeah.
how do we help people? I don't know. I just feel like if there's an airplane pilot listening to this, they're pissed at what we're saying.
Well, some are, but some are not. Like
it depends
some,
on the mindset, honestly.
Exactly.
Like, are they
Like,
looking forward
the,
or are
the,
they
the,
looking
the
down?
ones that think I'm cocky and I say too much or I say it too aggressively? Yes, they might take it the wrong way. Right when I made that funny video of. There was I made a short. It was an airplane flying over the corn, and then I said, "What a airplane pilot looks like when a drone pilot takes his acres," and then it was a kid having a fit, and then an airplane pilot commented and said something about this is non-professional. I'll buy my drones elsewhere. It's like, yes, you'll butt hurt some people, but then there's other airplane people that appreciate the honesty, the get to the point, like this is how it's going to be, and they don't care. They want to come in and start supporting the technology. We give the small percentage of people that bitch about it sometimes too much credit because I don't think that there's actually that many people that have a problem with it.
I
Yeah.
also think for the long run, it would be super helpful if more spray pilots would support drones because in the aviation industry, there's a lot of respect for those types of people. And it should be because that's a lot of talent that somebody's
we
doing.
have to bring up Mitchell that brought us into this, right? He gave us that big contract in Indiana. He's a helicopter pilot, and he's good at it.
Yeah.
They say that he is one of the best helicopter spray operators that has ever been around. Like he's from the military. He worked on Air Force One. Like he knows how to fly helicopters and spray acres and do it well. But he told me, Mike, I have to start using this technology because it is coming. It's not going to go away.
And instead of looking like drones are going to take your lunch money, you got to look at it like you're set up so wonderfully. You have
Yes.
connections with
Yeah.
co-ops.
Yes.
So you're set up. You are set up to make more money with less work and less risk.
Yep.
And all you got to do is just adopt a new way of
They
thinking.
need to learn how to manage. That's the biggest thing is you will be managing more teams, and then that might sound like a headache, but it isn't
Oh,
when
man.
when you get it dialed in like we have it, right?
Can we talk a little bit about that system?
Yeah. While I go blow my nose
All right.
again.
So you go blow your nose. Okay, so here's what's going on. So we learned this from the system from Indiana, where a co-op out there had a couple years of experience using different drone teams. I think, it's not uncommon for them to have 8 to 10 different drone teams. And how do you sell acres that every farmer has a spray period where it needs to be applied. It needs to be applied, within the 3rd and the 7th of the month or whatever 4-day period. And so how do you manage 10 different teams with, 50,000 acres? How do you do it? And there is ways that make it easy, and we're about to make it even easier. But even now on like Google Earth with some of the tools, you draw the fields, you can share groups of fields with different drone pilots. You can do color coordinations. When pilots are done, they drop
like
photos
folders for projects.
Yeah, folders of projects. And when pilots do a field, they drop a photo of the as-applied map right on it. There is so much that it's easy to actually spray 50,000 acres with 5 to 10 drone teams.
I totally agree. And I'm glad that you went with us this year and like you actually got to experience it because you have like the geeky tech side that you can bring to our company, and you already have brought it to our company. But to see physically doing the work, then dropping a pin of the next field that we're going to go to, and the whole color coordinating thing, it's organized. You know what you're going to go do next.
Everything from planning to spraying to billing. It's all done, and it's visible for everyone.
Yeah, and this was the first time that we ever did billing, because then last year, like the co-op took care of that. So like this was the first time that we ever had to do it. It was
It's not hard.
Yeah, because those pictures were all in there, and then I could go back and there's some farmers that are like, well, how much was like just this field, like because there were maybe 2 fields in one drop or whatever, and you could do that. You could go in,
Easily.
see the as-applieds, and like share that with them, and they had just appreciated how quick everything was turned around.
We can literally give them gallons that was put on that field because the drone is that accurate when it gets done. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, if you guys are aerial applicators currently and you're just on the fence about adopting the drone technology, I'm telling you, if you're the first to do it, you will see that we're not just blowing smoke. We're not just telling you that this is going to be the next big thing. We want to help you and show you that it can be totally viable in your already aerial application business.
We were able to work with one of the co-ops down there, the bigger co-ops in Kentucky, and kind of they see the system that we used and how easy it is.
They didn't.
And how it's
They didn't
organized.
understand it until we started showing it.
One of the new things that and maybe this is because I've not been on the field with you last year, but shape files. Just about every farmer has shape files. And that makes it so easy. Like it all works on shape files. So I would love if any co-op out there is actually trying to scale up their drone operations, I would love personally to be involved with helping, because we want to create some content and some education around this. So email me, kevin@hledrones.com, if you want to know how to scale up 10,000 or more acres and how to keep that organized across different drone teams.
Yeah, we have to go bigger than that now. Like Austin said, right? We played around with this 10,000. I don't want to sound cocky, but 10,000 acres is no big deal. Like we'll knock 10,000 acres out in no time. 50,000 acres is what we have to start doing. Like we have to like organize it and get 50,000 acres done. I tried approaching that company in Minnesota. They do like 100,000 acres, but they just don't.
They don't believe it.
They just don't believe. And I respect them because they just don't want to tell their customers that it's going to be done with the drone, and then something happens and then it can't.
And to that point, let's just talk about how important it is for the farmer that it actually gets applied. It's not like it's optional. So that co-op, they can't risk it on a newfangled idea or some, what do you call it, Joe in a
Chuck in a truck.
Chuck in a truck.
Or staying in a van or nicking a Crown Vic.
You're not gonna risk your clients and the chemical that you need to sell to them if you don't know that they're gonna cover acres. So
10,000 acres is laughable in this country. Like, go listen to some of the other podcasts that we have on this show. Like, there's other people here that talk about doing hundreds, thousands of acres.
But this is one of the things that people who are getting into it, they feel like the struggle of getting their first 10,000 acres, it's going to be tough. But it's just perspective and it's just experience because, like, you connect with the right equipment, with the right farmer, and you have 3,000 acres. And then, like, I was shocked, Mike, when we're talking there, like, we'd like to do some more acres, and he just picks up the phone. And 5 minutes later, that guy and that guy that we have no idea, he's like, yep, I'll have him do mine. If you think he did a good job on yours, have him do mine.
It is connections. Like, let's not, try to say it's super, super easy. It's connections. It's showing. Like the one farmer said, sometimes you just got to come out here and show us what you can do. And then we can build trust, because what he doesn't want to do is call his farmer buddy and not been shown what you can do. And now he's got his farmer buddy involved, and you come to him and then you can't get his done. Well, now he feels bad because he told his.
Do we think, like, I'm curious what you think. Do we think that there's farmers around the country that want to find a drone operator, but they don't know who can actually show up in style in their area?
I
feel like,
don't know.
From what I've heard, I feel like some people have had drones come out and it was a bad experience.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think almost, not all, but most people have heard of a bad experience.
Yeah. And that sticks. It always does. A bad experience always sticks. So when you have a good thing going and you can share that and you can make connections, I feel like that will spread too. But it just, like, people remember.
Dude, Kevin, it's like our first season when we had the XAG, right? We went spraying, mixed up the farmer's chemical, spraying, crashed the drone, had his chemical mixed up, couldn't fly again. That's a bad experience. And we were those people. That's why when I started doing this, I was like, you need 2 drones. You need 2 drones. That way, if one goes down, you keep the other one flying.
Yeah. It's,
That last batch for that last guy that we did, he had some friends that showed up, and he said both of them, prior to us coming, said that they heard that the most that a drone guy could get done in a day is 150 acres.
Yeah.
And it was just
But he said those guys are also, at 5 o'clock, they're stopping and they're going to go home and drink beer. But even at 150 acres, something sounds wrong. I mean, it absolutely sounds wrong. That day, the last batch that you're talking about, we started at 9 a.m. in the morning, and we were doodling around because we were shooting content and creating, stuff for educational purposes. We did almost 800 acres that day.
Yeah, I think when you say doodling around, probably the image that people have is a little different than, like, for us, it's doodling around, but that's because at 3 a.m., we're hitting the field, and then we're going till 12 o'clock, midnight or whatever.
I mean,
I think you should
Madison
share that,
and
too,
I
is, like, a real life 24-hour period is, like, an actual 24-hour working period. I feel like a lot of people go into spray and they think, like, oh, I'm going to work from this to this. But if you want to get the most out of one season, like, you have to be willing to, like, just grind. And I totally respect, like, being able to do
well,
that.
the reason we were doodling around, because I was sleeping. I slept in that morning till 8 o'clock, because previously I went 36 hours on 3 hours of sleep, and that was starting to not work as
Not
well.
feel
So,
great.
But we're not telling people that they have to do that.
No.
Set up teams, right?
Yeah.
We could have switched you out. We offered to switch you guys out, but you wanted to see how hard you can go.
I for me personally, it was fun for me to, like, see how far I could push myself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and then anyway.
But, like,
long story.
I guess, like,
but-
a real rig can run. You just need people
Exactly.
to run.
And the other thing is, you can also set the expectation with the co-op that you can do 500 acres a day. And then you can just deliver on that easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't, if you just want to take it cool, like, maybe a co-op will at least, the thing where you get in trouble is you've promised them you can do 5,000 acres in a week, and then you're going to work from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m.
Not going to work.
Not going to work.
Not going to work.
Yeah.
No.
And I think, like, I heard you on the phone, right? I was in the truck with you for 2 weeks.
Miserable phone thing. Did you fix
Kevin's
it
going
yet?
to fix it. Are you going to fix
I
it?
have everything in line to fix it.
Oh, nice.
But I heard you talking
jeez.
to the agronomist, to the farmer. It's like, I understand better than ever that it really matters to everyone that this stuff gets sprayed.
Yep.
And it's like, we just do everything we can in our absolute power to get them covered.
Yep. Get it knocked out. All right. That's all I got. And my nose is still itchy. I'm over it. It's been an hour. I appreciate you guys listening. I don't have anything else to add to this one.
All right, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Yep.